Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Stamping A to Z. Hopefully you didn't go on. I usually try and go on before noon because then if you log into Facebook before I go live, then it doesn't pop up for you. I was here and then, I don't know, something has changed with the event and connecting, and so I was trying to do that, but it wasn't working. Anyways, I'm here now. Hopefully you can find me. Stamping A to Z is my weekly live that I do every Wednesday at noon. It started out going through all the products A to Z. So if you missed those videos, it was 156 episodes ago. I don't even know. I should look at how many episodes there was from A to Z, but we constantly get new products. And so I'm always adding, and just even, A to Z is in like what you can do with different products, how to use them, new ways to use them. So today, since Easter is coming up so fast, I'm playing with the Excellent Eggs bundle as well as the Easter Bunny out of the annual catalog. I'm going to show you how to make a treat box and a couple cards as well. I wasn't going to get the eggs bundle, and I don't have any eggs in my collection of stuff. And I was playing with someone else's, and I don't know. It's just, you have to have it. I'm not sure what that thing was. Anyways, yeah, so I wanted to show you how to use the dies, because there is some extra pieces, and I haven't quite found out the magical perfect way, but I'm going to show you a couple options and you can decide what works best for you. And I had seen some beautiful eggs that people were making, and then I got thinking, I don't know, I've been watching White Collar again, and I think it's in one of those episodes where the Fabergé egg gets stolen, and so I got thinking about that. So then we're going to make kind of our own Fabergé eggs today, and not real. Hi, Linda. Just a picture of one. And yeah, so I'm going to turn you around and we will get started. Okay, I turned on my computer because I was hoping that it wouldn't freeze up on me but now it's just going to make too much noise. I didn't have time to set it up. So let me see if I can pull it up on my iPad, and it'll most likely freeze up on me, but as long as I can see comments, we are good. All right, so Easter egg, Excellent Eggs, comes with the stamp set. I did pull this out a couple weeks ago, and I did make a card, very simple card. I used this one, so if you want to see that one being used, you can go back and look at that. Today I'm going to use the stamps, and I'm going to use these dies. So these dies could be used for anything other than eggs also, but we're going to be using it for our eggs. I'm just trying to think if I should, yeah, I'll make the card and then we'll do the treat box that matches, and then we'll move on to our fancy Fabergé egg. All right, so the first one, if I can find it here. As usual, I don't know, 3 cards just takes up so much room. It's hard to find anything. So I have pre-cut some stuff. I've pre-cut an egg out of basic white, and then I pre-cut a bunch of, so what I did was I cut the egg first with each of the colors. I cut a full egg, and then I took the egg, so say this is my colored egg, I put it on my cutting plate and I lined them up. Now there's no magic to this. I did not measure, so they are, you'll see, I'll show you, there's different heights. So I ran it through like that for each color, and that's how I have all these pieces. And then this one, you actually have a zigzag in the middle there as well. And then I have my solid white one. So there's a lot of running through your die cut machine. And I had originally gone with lemon lime twist, and then I decided I should have done seafoam because it's more Eastery, I guess. It's part of the pale whatevers. Okay, so you're gonna see, since I did not line them all up, as I make this, it most likely will not line up on this egg, so my edge isn't going to line up, and I will show you what to do when and if that happens. Excuse me. Maybe like so. Oh, see, this is a piece I did off of just a straight piece, and in that case you don't get the edge, but you get it long enough that you can cut it. So if we take one that was done with the egg, so see, if I go this way, I'm way off on the white. Then you can try this way and see if that's any better. And it is, so we will go with that. And then maybe some blue. And a yellow. Oh, we didn't get pink in here. What if we did? Should we do? Yeah, we'll go all pastels. All right, so I'm gonna glue this together, and I'm hoping, this is looking like it's gonna fit pretty good, but I'm hoping it doesn't, because I wanna show you what to do if it doesn't. Because the last few that I've done have not fit. I'm okay, you guys can see what I'm just gonna pull this down in case I freeze up, because I always end up being off screen. There we go. Anyways, all right. So, and if you use glue, it gives you a bit of wiggle time too. So try and line things up. So far, we're pretty good. Oops. With lining up on our egg. Just so you know, next month, so April, I can't believe it's almost April. Oopsie, did I turn that around somehow? Must have. Yeah, that one fits too. Oh, I'm gonna have it so that it all fits, and then, oh, here we go. That doesn't fit well. Okay, so that's good. It's good and it's not good. I'll show you what to do. What was I saying? Oh, so our mini catalog retires in April, as well as our annual catalog is going to be. Why does this seem so far down? Did I forget a piece? I feel like I forgot a piece. Maybe not. Okay, we're gonna go with it. So the last chance list has come out. Look for that post. And so things will be discounted starting April 9th. So you can make a list of things. And I'm going to have to look, because there are some things that are going up in price in the new annual catalog. You know, the usual. So how to fix this? You can see it is off. So I can trim this and just leave it, but then I'm going to be missing some of my edging, which isn't the end of the world. Or you can choose to go this way, but then this doesn't line up. So I'm going to trim the little bit that's hanging off here, like so. And then we're going to leave this. And what we're going to do, instead of running it through again, which you can't, you'd have to roll it through several times because it is a thicker layer of 2 cardstocks. But your other option is to take your blends, oops, not, and then just color in the white so it hides the white. some yellow. Make sure this is, oops, that's Daffodil Delight. We don't want that one. Is this one? No, so saffron. I need to label. This one does not look like Lemon Lolly. Oh, but it is. Weird. It looks so much darker, but it's the lightest. And I have my blends in the wrong order apparently, so I need to reorder that. There we go. So it kind of looks like there's a shadow there. I think I used the dark. Yeah, I should have used the light. But anyways, to me, that's good enough. I'm not going to fuss with it. If you're super picky, you can go in and do it. Or you can do, like I said, your easiest way is to cut strips. So this one is easy because it cuts it within the thing. And then these ones are a bit tougher because you're just cutting a line. So you could, but then it's hard to get that, like these pieces. So I don't know. I haven't figured out the best way to do it. Unless you just had things lined up. Actually, I never thought of that. I just thought of an idea. Okay, so if you have an egg, say you lined these up like so. Where's my strippy here? And then you could take some washi tape, right? And tape it across. And then you would make sure that all of your die cuts on each egg were the same distance. Now, it might like line up slightly off on the egg, but it'll be so much closer to having it all match if you're wanting to mix and match colors. Your other option is to just cut it all out of white and then color each of the white pieces a different color, and then you know it for sure matches. So you've got lots of options, but yeah, I never even thought to line everything up with a washi tape. Oy vey's. Okay, the things you think of after. All right, so we have our egg here, our first egg. I'm just gonna, so you can see I can make a whole bunch of eggs. It doesn't, you know, once you're running it through, it's pretty quick, and then you can make a whole bunch. This is something fun to do, like watching a hockey game, or if family is watching something you're not that interested in, you can always just play with your crafts. Okay, so we've got that one, and I think I was going to stamp, so I'm going to emboss with this egg, and I need some Versamark, sorry. It's the one thing with the glass mat. I love the glass mat, but for a video, it's really clinky. Hopefully it's not too bad. This is a really cute design of an egg, and it's super quick to make it look, give it a wow. So I'm just gonna get the powder on there, heat up my, I don't know what's, oh, my cord seems short these days, but it's because I wrapped it around my computer somehow. Not sure how I did that. Okay, there we go. Now we've got more cord to work with. Oh, I think I finally froze up on my screen. Darn it. Hopefully I'm still live. Yeah, it says I'm still live. We're good there. Well, it lasted longer than it normally does. Of course, I'm not even one card in, but you know. Okay, so there's the last chance items. If you haven't checked out, if you're not a paper pumpkin subscriber, these next 3 months are gorgeous, and the little dies that go with. So I don't know if you know, they've changed up their paper pumpkin a little bit. Sorry, I'm just looking for my fresh freezer. Where are you? They've changed it up that they release 3 months ahead and like sneak peeks, and then they piece of paper. They also have matching dies for those 3 months all in one, like as an extra that you can order, but only for paper pumpkin, and it looks really cute this month. I kind of wish I still had a subscription. But if you haven't bought any and you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's really cute. So here I'm just using the blender pen, and I'm picking up fresh freesia, but it just is giving it, you could use blends. However, they say not to use blends on embossing powder, and I've seen so many people say it doesn't matter, it's fine, I've done it, and you know what, I've done it also, and I thought it was fine. And the ones that I did do it with, the tips, you don't see it when you're coloring, it's over time as my tips were just sitting. When you next go to use them, they're completely like, they look like they're chewed up, and it's not, it's not the roughness of the embossing powder that chews it up, because they're not chewed up when you're done coloring. They're just chewed up. It must be like a chemical reaction, or something reacts with something that ends up wrecking your blends. So I don't recommend using your blends. So I'm just using a blender pen. So when I say blends, I'm talking these ones. But you can use the blender pen and kind of get the same. You could use white and do a bunch of colors. I just thought this is super pretty with just color on color. And then I can just cut it out. I'm just going to do it off screen so I don't have to pull the big boss up here. I will pull it up for a couple of things that just whoops, run it through. Okay, and I did not go to our on stage where they presented the new catalog and stuff, but they've released the new catalog. So if you are a demonstrator and you have access, Linda, I don't know if you've checked it out, but the new catalog is on there and you can check it out, and there's lots of new fun stuff. Super exciting. All right, so here's my eggs, and I pre-stamped Happy Easter, which is part of the set. I love this writing. It's just kind of like, I've got the Happy Easter from the bunny, the Easter bunny that's in the annual catalog. This is super cute, but more kind of fun. It actually probably would have worked really well with this one, but I had this one out, so I used it. Anyways, I really like this egg. It's so pretty. Then I've used the postage dies, the perennial postage dies, I think they are, to cut out a piece of vellum and a piece of fresh freesia. And then I'm going to, so I did show this, and I wasn't going to show it on camera again, but I'll do it again in case you missed the last one. Let me move all of this. Excuse And then we'll pull up our emboss here, and we just need the number 1, and we need 2 cutting plates. So I keep 2 separate cutting plates for embossing specifically so that they're not all grunged up. So then I'm going to line up along the line, and I'm going to run this through. And then, like I showed the last time, so this embossing folder is from the online exclusives, I believe. So you don't want to turn it over because then it's going to be facing the wrong way. You just want to shift it and then match up the design like so. So I can't, oops, but see, I went too low. So we got to go, I could go here, but this might stick out too far. Hang on. Let's see. Do I have room? I have room. Okay. So then, because it's kind of all symmetrical, it lines up very nicely. In the past, some of our smaller embossing folders, you couldn't line them up or you'd get a line, so you'd have to get creative and put like a piece of paper, or just the way you laid out your card, you'd have to kind of hide it. Whereas now you don't have to hide it because it just all looks like one, which is great. Where's the catalog? You mean you can't find? If you go on the front page of the demonstrator site, it's like, it's not even in the happening now. It's like you have to scroll. There's like it's got the last chance items list and all, and the catalog pops up. Even if you just sit there, it moves on its own if you don't want to scroll, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Or I can show you where later after this, but hopefully you can find it. It's a very different catalog. They've really changed it up. Okay, so I've got the 2, so I'm going to put my vellum over the purple so it has that hint of purple. And then before I glue my vellum down to my cardstock, I'm going to put my pieces on, because then I know where I can put adhesive to stick it down. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to put a fair amount of glue because it's only sticking to like those little raised edges. So we'll just put, where's I had some, put this down on there. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals, which I just ran out of my large dimensionals. And I meant to go grab some more, but I did not. So we'll just, do you guys use your edges? I hope you do. Don't waste. Waste not, want not. They're totally usable, right? And actually, I love, so for the mini ones, it kind of has a wider border, and I use it to cut really teeny small strips when I need to put it on something really narrow. I find it's like the perfect, so sometimes I save those. I hoard them. Actually, I was hoarding them for a while, and I've actually used, I think I've used up all my extras, so not so hoarding. Oops, I put that lower than I should have. Oh well, it's all good. Okay, so we've got our eggs, and then I think I'm going to pop this up. Aren't they cute eggs? Okay, and then super Eastery. So now I know exactly where I can put my glue where it won't show. So, and if you can't tell, just lift it up and you'll be able to see. And then I can put some here, and then I can put some here. And then it won't show. Because when you put glue down on vellum, it ends up showing through, and it doesn't look so pretty. So if you want to keep it looking pretty, just hide it behind whatever you're putting on. And then it's easy peasy. And then you can just put it onto your, ooh, card base. Oh, usually it's only the super, the Stampin' Seal Plus that does that to me. All right, isn't that cute? So I made one, so this is the one before I changed the, so I've got some darker colors, but this one was with the pool party. I think I like the Fresh Freesia. I like the soft colors. But I like, these eggs are like, I could do like a whole card with just these eggs. They're cute. All right, that's the first one. Now we're gonna make an Easter treat box. If I can find, I keep burying everything. Okay, so for this, you can make these boxes in many different sizes. You just change up your dimensions. I'm using a piece of 6x6 because the paper comes in 6x6. It's the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper, which it's great for the hot air balloon. That it goes with the hot air balloon bundle, but this is like perfect paper for Easter. So if you need some Easter paper and you've got the hot air balloon stuff, it's perfect. Then you're gonna take your scoring tool. You can use your blade on your trimmer, or you can use, actually I might, is it handy? No, it's buried. I was gonna say I'll use my scoring table plate thing, but so you're gonna score it at 2. You don't want to press too hard, but you want to make sure it's scored well. And then at 4. So I'm being gentle, but I'm going over it several times. And then you're going to turn it by 90 degrees, and you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to go at 2 and at 4. Okay. And then you just want to fold and burnish all your score lines. You could do it on either side, but I cut myself a piece of Fresh Freesia cardstock. So we're going with the purple side. And this is 1 by 8.5. And then you're going to cut, it doesn't matter which side unless you care about how your treat box looks in terms of, I think I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to cut down the score lines. You could use your trimmer if you prefer to cutting it by hand. And you just want to cut on either side. So you're going to leave 2 intact, and you're going to cut a set of 2. So 4 cuts total. Okay, and then I've got, so this should be 2, the inside square should be 2 by 2. I cut this just under 2 so that I can put it down. I can put it down after once I put this on. And you're gonna make a cute little basket is kind of the goal. So I'm gonna put a bit of adhesive on both of these corners, and I'm gonna kind of, I want, it doesn't have to be lined up at all. I just kind of want it as even as possible with a little notch at the top. And then same thing here, where you want a bit of adhesive in this corner and a bit of adhesive in this corner. And this is gonna be hard to do with a camera. I just kind of try and line it up so it looks similar to the other side. It really, as you can see, it does not have to be perfect in any sort of way. Then, oh, I gotta bury my, maybe I'll put my bunny on the inside. It'll be like a surprise at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna stick this in here just to kind of give it a bit of strength, because, you know, designer series paper, if you did this with cardstock, it would be that much stronger. You could do 2 layers, but really if you're just putting light stuff in, or like I was thinking for table, I was going to use these for table setting, so just everybody gets a treat of something. And then you can glue this. I glue it and staple it. So I'm going to put this, I put a bit of adhesive, and then I'm just going to kind of center it in that notch. And I happen to have, I don't know, Stampin' Up! Years ago had this stapler, and it's nice because it just is nice and slim. And I'm just going to put a staple there so that it holds it well. Again, if you're not putting anything heavy in, you could use tear and tape or just like Stampin' Seal Plus to give it that extra hold, but it's not necessary. This is overkill really, the staple, but you know. So there we have our little bunny, and I know you can see the staple on the inside, so that's the only downfall to the staples, but we're going to cover up our staple on the outside. However, I did not take out stuff because I was just going to show you, and my next card takes a while, so I'm just going to, you can decorate it however you want. I stamped, there's this one out of the Excellent Eggs. I just stamped it with Pool Party on white. And then I used my blends and I just colored the bunnies. And then I stamped the this bunny, like I showed the last time. And it has a matching punch. So I just punched it out. And had an instant decoration. But you could use eggs, you could use bunnies, you can use whatever. Flowers, whatever you have. So this could be used, these don't have to be Easter baskets. They can be used for anything. It's one inch wide by 8.5. And so it's just the length of a piece of cardstock. Okay, so, and as you can see, so if you wanted to make it 8 by 8, you would do the same things where just all the dimensions are, you want them to be this, like you want to divide it into 3. So I guess you want it divisible by 3, unless you want to do a whole lot of math. Or 2, yeah. Okay, last but not least, this is my Fabergé, my take on a Fabergé egg. You could get super fancy with this. I'm not gonna go totally crazy because you guys would get bored with me coloring. Now, there's several ways of doing this. I'm using watercolor paper this go round, but I also you could do this, not the same thing, but you could have a similar look if you used vellum and blends and did the alcohol technique. Maybe I'll do that not on camera and post it so you can see the difference. It's less well, I don't even know. I don't find watercoloring very controlled. I'm not the best watercolorer, so for me, it's not like I have super control watercoloring over using the alcohol technique, which is much more kind of out of control. I'm going to tape this down because it's heavy paper, so, and it's hard with the magnet to get like that really good print. And I want, I'm going to be using gold embossing powder, so I'm just using Versamark. So we want a really good, with the watercolor paper, it's much more textured, so it's harder to get a good solid print. So that's what we're This way I can stamp it multiple times and make sure I have a really good inking. Okay, I can kind of see it, but I'm going to do it at least one more time. I'm starting to see, I don't know, can you guys see that? I'm going to do it one more time because it looks like it's missing a bit on that edge there. So this is where the Stamparatus comes in handy, which we don't have anymore, but there are other products out there. Not that I'm supposed to encourage you to buy outside, but we don't have a Stamparatus anymore. So there is a Stamp and Mist if you don't have the Stamparatus. There's ways to get this, or you just get really good at, I mean, this is clear. It's hard to see. You could stamp something underneath so that you could see where you're stamping and just stamp over and over. If you don't have a Stamparatus and you're stuck. Okay, so I've got my Versamark. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna pull out my gold. Try to scoop up as much as I can. One-handed. Okay, so then I'm gonna just jiggle it down. Okay, and we'll get this side that we missed here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Where my brush is. Okay, then I'm gonna heat up my heat tool, and I see that my table has, oh dear, glue and a whole lot of powder stuck to it. So just wipe that so that we don't get gold powder stuck everywhere. Okay. Then let the fun begin. And you're probably wondering why the heck what these flowers have to do with eggs. But you will see. If you go with bright colors and like rich gold color, you could get the look of the real, like the Fabergé eggs are very rich and strong. I don't want to call them bold color. Well, I guess they are bold colors. Kind of reminds me of the Pasenka eggs too, with all their beautiful colors, but they don't normally. Well, I don't know if they have flowers. I find it takes a lot longer to emboss the gold powder on watercolor paper. I'm not sure if it's because the heat doesn't go right through, so it takes a bit more, but it definitely takes longer, which I should have done this off camera so you didn't have to sit here listening to a loud, is this too loud? I can always do it off, away from the camera. So the embossing, I mean, I wanted the gold embossing because there's usually gold on the Fabergé eggs. But I also am going to use it as, it's kind of like my coloring my watercolor bumpers. It'll hold my colors. I mean, it can, depending how much water you have, it won't totally prevent the color from spreading, but it helps. Any little bit helps for me. My goodness. Yeah, I chose the really, and in case, I don't even remember if I said it, this is the Enduring Beauty stamp from our mini catalog. I can't remember if this one's retiring. Actually, a lot of our mini catalog is going to carry over either into the annual catalog or I assume on the online exclusives. I'm not too sure how, but a lot of it is not retiring, which is nice. I like more time to play with things. New stuff is always fun too. Okay, I think it is all melted. It's shiny everywhere. Shiny, shiny. Okay. Now, I thought of something after I did my original. See, this is why I do the originals, because then I come up with ideas. Hang on. I need to find the Enduring Beauty set here. Not that one. Not that one. Of course. I can't find it. Where is it? I must have it out somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. Phew. Not that I needed it, but okay. So we have the dies, and then this one is the one that has the matching stencils. So my original one, I watercolored from scratch. From scratch meaning I made it up and I did it. I was thinking that maybe I blender brush my colors on and then just go in, which I probably didn't need watercolor paper for this, but I just gotta think, you know, just because, I mean, if you're good at watercoloring, go for it. But I find I'm not very good at watercoloring. Is this upside down? It must be. Okay, why am I really being a dum-dum? What's going on here? Why can I not line this up? Ah, here we go. Because it's totally crooked, that's why. I'm trying to go straight and it's at an angle. Okay, so I'm gonna try, we're gonna try this and then I'll show you what I did just with watercolor. And then you can decide which way you prefer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, you don't want to use, okay, so again, you don't want to use your blends on the embossing powder. If that doesn't matter to you, you could, but if you want to get the watercolor look, you need to use your inks because alcohol blends do not react to water. What am I looking for? Blue. Blue, blue, blue. I'm going to start with Boho Blue. Oh my, what did I do? Oh, this is from the, this must be just from holding the baby wipe that was full of blue from before. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to wipe my, I want to get blue everywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't even realize I had that all over my hands. Okay, so then I'm going to put a bit of boho blue here. Probably more than that. And then we'll come in with our brush. And I'm going to brush it all in. This might not work. I have not tried this, but I was just thinking it might be a good way for anyone else who's like me and not super into the, well, it's not that I'm not into the watercoloring. It's that I need to practice more. I don't find I'm good enough. Okay, so then we have this one and this one. So I'm going to take this off. It was about like so at least I have an idea of how it lines up. Like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll wipe that off, and then we'll put some blueberry bushel. Okay, come in with the darker and then I'm going to try and kind of watercolor it out. Let's see. We'll see. So that's the thing. Like, I like the stencils, but I also sometimes don't like how stark it can be between the two. Okay. So put that there. Then we're going to do even darker. Oh, I forgot to do I have to do the leaves also. But we'll start with this. Okay, so this goes, nope. Oh, like, nope, that's not working. Okay. Something like, where's that one? That one's there, that one's there. There, something like that. Oh, this one doesn't have tape. Okay. Then we're going to take Night of Navy. Oops. Ah. And we'll go even darker. So we'll call this, maybe I'm inventing a whole new watercolor technique. It's called the cheater watercolor technique, which I kind of did. Wasn't that my last week's? It was kind of cheating watercoloring. Okay. I kind of want a bit more of the navy here. Let's put a bit, I'm going to come in a bit, just places maybe. I might have to do that by brush. Anyways. Okay, let's see what we can do. Maybe I should do the leaves first before pulling out. The Okay. Okay, so that, again, we'll start with the lighter boho blue. This is like cheating upon cheating. I've got the embossing powder to keep me in the lines. I've got the stencils to keep me in the lines. It's like the ultimate cheat. Okay, so we've got our boho blue. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. Then we are gonna do go. Okay. And then, oh, I better not stick my sleeve in there. Should we do the super dark or the blueberry? We'll do a bit of blueberry bushel and night of navy. So that's blueberry bushel. Where did I put my night of navy? Where did I put it? Just kind of mix the two. I don't know what I did with my night of navy. Okay, so we've got all of our coloring done. Let's wipe this so we don't get, oh, actually I could have used it. Oh, yeah, I need to find my night of navy here because I'm gonna probably want to add to it. What did I, oh, here, it's under my stencils, that's why. Okay, so we've got that. Then we need our watercolor brushes. I'm gonna bring in a cup of water as well. And I'm gonna use, maybe I should have wet it before I don't know. Because then it would have kind of less control though. All right, we're gonna wet our brush and I'm gonna kind of come in and try and go mostly on the lighter blue maybe. Let's see if we kind of see it's not gonna bleed into, I don't know. A little bit. I think maybe the true watercoloring is the better way to go. We'll see. We'll see when this is done. I'll show you my watercolored one and you can decide what you prefer. This is definitely kind of easier in terms of I don't have to think about where I'm going to lay things out and how I'm going to do that. Oopsie, I just went in the white. I went outside my coloring zone. Getting careless. I mean, it still has a bit of the watercolor look. Not, I find it doesn't have as much variation, I guess, but maybe that's just the way the stencil is done too. Okay, I wish there was a third stencil. I wish the stencils were more detailed, maybe. Then you could get more out of it. You can use the water out of the watercolor pen. It just, I want quite a bit of water, so it's just easier, faster. Oh, we're on video. Get things moving. I can't remember now if I did this one. I think I did. Looks like it's been... Okay. Now, I could come in with, actually, this is not what I was going to use. I could take a bit of Night of Navy if I wanted to. And add some water. And then we can, this might be too, might have watered it down too much. So then I can come in, and if I want to add a bit more darkness, like even up here. In where the gold is. I mean, you can add as much, you could keep going and going and going. I won't go crazy here. Let's just put a bit more. Okay, there we go. Clean that a little bit. All right, let's wipe this. And then ideally you'd want to let this dry. You probably don't want to use your heat tool again, because then the gold powder will melt into it and maybe not be as shiny. So I'm just going to take just because this is a video, I'm going to try and dab. Although this has less water in it than my other one did, because I did, that is pretty, hey? What do you think? I'll show you the other one in a sec. This is on watercolor paper. And the reason I did it on watercolor paper was because my original one, I actually watercolored and used a lot more water. But then I thought, why not try the stencils and see if that helps, because I don't love my watercoloring abilities. Let's put it that way. Okay, so here's the finished card. This one I watercolored. You can tell it's a lot more uneven. The colors vary a lot more. So I ended up cutting 2 eggs out of one piece. This is a half. I cut the watercolor paper in half, and I cut 1 large egg and 1 smaller egg. You can get 2. You can't get 2 big ones, but you can get 1 large and 1 smaller to get the 2 eggs. Isn't that pretty? Like, it just so pretty. And then I used the embossing folder. I think this is in the mini catalog. I cannot think of the name of it right now. But yeah, that's all I did. So if you want easy peasy, go with the stencils and then just use some watercolor to kind of make it look watercolored, or you can watercolor it yourself and get as creative as you want. And then, yeah, so like I said, if you use bold colors, you could even color this. Like, I know the Fabergé eggs, they're like red, and then they've got like all the pretty bold flower colors, or but I just thought I love the blue on blue on blue, and then the gold is just my Fabergé. Yeah, the stencil works well. I just find it's more solid. I don't know. I mean, it definitely did a better job than my job. I think it could be done even better if you're good at watercoloring. I'm not great at it. So either way, it's good. It looks good. It's a fun way to play with Easter eggs or I wonder, well, you could, any time of year really, if it's a Fabergé egg, it could be a birthday card. Anyways, so my 3 cards, we've got our blue and our, I just don't, those colors are off. That one, and then our little Easter basket. All right, that is all I have for you today. Hopefully it's not Easter this weekend, but next weekend already. Crazy. If I don't see you before then, happy Easter. Well, no, I will be doing a live next week. Never mind. We will see you next week. All right, enjoy. Bye.